Is my landlord watching me? Hello, I am new to Reddit and after debating for a bit, I decided to make this account to maybe get some input of what to do. English is my second language, so I apologize for any typos. I am a 26 female, living alone for the first time. My landlord has always felt a bit off to me. He is a man in his late 40s and has never been holding back with comments about the way I look. When I moved in, he was very clear about me not touching the 2 fire alarms in my bedroom and hallway. He justified it by saying they were directly connected with the fire department and if I would try to do anything to them, I would cause an alarm. The alarm in my bedroom has always made me feel weird. It makes a lot of noises, especially at night. It almost sounds like a remote-controlled car, and sometimes it makes a very muffled beeping sound. I brought it up to him once and he said it was nothing and should it make more problems, I should call him. But other things kept happening and I just felt like something was off, but at the same time people kept telling me I was overthinking things since it is my first time living alone. The first thing that felt off to me was as I was renovating to move in, I grabbed a wrong shade of the color I wanted for my bedroom and it ended up looking a bit too bright on the wall I tested it on. A few days later during a phone call he snapped at my parents about how horrible the pink paint I was using in my bedroom is and if I was crazy. I had not let him inside my place so I was very confused, but I kind of brushed it off to me walking around in paint-covered clothing. But things got weirder after that. During January last year, I spent a day at my parents' house and when I came back, something felt off. I couldn't pinpoint it and no one was inside my apartment, but I realized after walking into my bedroom a second time one of the drawers under my bed was pulled out and I don't remember ever touching it. Again, I brushed it off mainly because my parents told me I probably just forgot and I ended up feeling ashamed for ever bringing it up. Months later during the summer, I took part in a gaming night on a friend's Discord server and when I finally hoped off to go to bed at 4 a.m., I came into my bedroom to see my underwear drawers being open. I panicked and called my mum because she lived close by and I wasn't sure if someone was still in the apartment. After that, I installed a door chain and got an alarm for the time I spend at home. I suspected my landlord had a second key and now probably wasn't able to get inside anymore. But that didn't cover the time when I am not home. Sometimes when I come back, the furniture in my bedroom is slightly moved, but at this point my family keep insisting I just forgot I moved it and I am too ashamed to keep bringing it up. I know I sound insane, but is it possible to have cameras installed in the fire alarms? Could I call fire department in their non-emergency number and just ask if they can take a look at it because of the weird noises? I really just want my peaceful life back. Constantly knowing someone might have been in here in the past while I slept is really creeping me out and makes me want to cry. Do you have any advice on what I should do? Edit, I never expected so many responses, so I will try to answer some questions here. First of all, my parents love and support me. I was just on a call with my mum updating her. I don't think she intended to gaslight me at all. They are not in contact with my landlord currently. My mum is reasonably upset right now and probably would go have a talk with him right now if she could. My landlord lives in another city. He just owns a bunch of apartments here, but he is here multiple times a week. I live in Germany, so any United States law stuff doesn't really apply. Sorry for not clarifying sooner. My plan of action right now is, I am going to call the fire department tomorrow morning to have them come by, and I'll have a family friend come by on Monday to put in new locks. I want to check the alarms, but I am not very tall and I don't have a ladder here right now so I cannot rip them off even though I would love to. Also, sorry if I am not responding to all the DMS and private chat offers, this is a lot to take in. I promise I will keep you all updated, thank you for all your kind words. She added a mini update in the comments and it goes as follows. Thank all of you for your suggestions. I have found some cameras that look like clothing hooks so I could safely hang them up in my hallway and see if I catch anything. I regularly get my blood work done due to thyroid and chronic asthma issues, so I guess my doctor would have known if anything fishy was going on with my health as some of you suggested. Moving out is not really in my budget anytime soon, so I am kind of stuck here. Thank you all for being so overwhelmingly supportive, it really makes me feel a lot better. Update 1, March 17th. Good morning and thank you to everyone giving their input and sending messages to me. This morning has been very stressful so I apologize if I cannot get back to your DMs. I had a call with the fire department and they told me the alarm is not connected to them in any way, shape or form and that they are extremely fishy, especially the bedroom one. I also completely forgot I do have a storage room that has an alarm that looks identical to it. They told me to ask around in my friends and family if anyone knows a bit about electricity and have them come by, take it off, and take a look inside. They said it's very likely some kind of foul play, even disregarding the camera spying problem, as there is a fire alarm that someone messed with and didn't fix. My mum's best friend is an electrician and I will try to reach him today to ask if he can come by ASAP, otherwise I'll just have to wait until Monday. Either way I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for your support. Edit, a friend is going to stop by on Monday, so likely no update until then. I was advised not to rip them off in case there was anything wrong with them. Should I feel unsafe at any point, I can crash at my parents' or my sister's. Another edit, I just want to clarify for those who are confused why I don't just rip it off. It belongs to my landlord. If it's true what the fireman said and it is put up wrongly, my landlord can get in trouble for that, but so can I for ripping it off. I would have to pay both for a new smoke detector and a person to put it up, and I don't have the money to risk doing that. I'm okay, nothing weird has happened since then. The only other thing that I am already doing anyway was that a neighbor and I were talking, and when the topic of safety came up, she just said you should change your locks without really knowing anything that happened to me here. Which is not an odd thing to say, but just very specific. Update 2, 23rd of March. Sorry for not updating instantly. Today was very stressful. Because of my mum's friend, my smoke detector is okay right now, but there is other stuff that came up. I don't know and can't say more about what is going on right now. I don't really know what I would be able to say, but I'd rather not risk it since there is an ongoing police investigation. All in all, I have done steps to keep my safety insured for now. Sorry for not being able to give some of you the closure you wanted to hear. Maybe one day I might be able to share the full story of what happened. Until then, to all of you, thank you so much. You helped me gain the confidence to have things looked at and to make my safety my priority. I hope things are going to be good for all of you in these crazy times. Again, thank you, I wish you all the best. Update 3, October 10th, 2024, 3 years later. I logged into Reddit by chance many years later and felt like I should finally give an update to this. To start this off, no, my landlord wasn't watching me. But this is how I found out that someone still did something with my fire alarms or tried to remove them without contacting the people who actually installed the alarms. I cannot say if it was my landlord or possibly the person living there before me. I did mention a police investigation that ended up being connected to this. Since the entire thing is finally over and I had some time to heal, I will add what happened that was in relation to this. My ex was stalking me and tried breaking into my apartment one night during the time I was still actively updating the Reddit post. I was at home during that time and thankfully was able to scare him off after locking myself in the living room. This was added to an already ongoing investigation against him, since there was reason to suspect he might have gotten into my apartment at an earlier point while I wasn't home. I do not know if he was able to get into my apartment while I wasn't home before this night or if it was possibly my landlord. But everything that happened led to me not feeling safe anymore, and with the lockdown and the ongoing investigation, my mental health broke down hard. My PTSD was running overtime and I ended up having to admit myself to a clinic for a while in 2022. I worked a lot on myself and changed things in my life. I am no longer living alone and I am in way better contact with my parents by now. I moved out and I feel much better by now. I am sorry it took so long to update. The police investigation ended up making it to court and it took forever for things to be sorted out. After everything was over, I struggled very hard for a while, but with the help of my support system and therapy, I made it through that. The years were rough, but I thankfully am in a better place now. And yes, my ex did get punished for what he did. And all the fire alarms got fixed too. Again, sorry this took so long to update. I don't like recalling this story back because it left a pretty deep scar, but I hope I can give some more context as to why I wasn't able to continue updating this.